Hello, welcome back to the Woe Inc. stream. We have a great matchup for you guys this time around. We have Persistence versus Addicted Penguins. I don't know how Addicted Penguins became a name for a Splatoon team, but considering some of the names you teams have come up with in the past, I guess Addicted Penguins isn't the worst. Both of these teams are 3-0 so far in this tournament, with Persistence being the team that people may be a little bit more familiar with, at least at this point, as they are a Div 4 Ludi team, and they're very active in a lot of these lower level tournaments, especially as of late. The first game is going to be Splat Zones at Walleye Warehouse. Mamba, what can you tell us?
Alright, so Splat Zones Walleye, it used to be, if anyone remembers Splatoon 1, it used to be probably one of the community's favorite map mode combinations, if not maybe the best. Now not so much. It's definitely changed for Splatoon 2. I mean, it hasn't changed too much, but I think with the weapons and the specials that we have now, it's a lot different. Stay Ray is something that we typically see here and is very strong. And with zones, which a lot of people kind of don't like, it's very hard to come back into this map. So it really just depends how well the team can play together and coordinate and use these sides of the maps to get back in, not always the front. So usually that's where a lot of teams struggle.
And we're not too familiar with Addicted Penguins at this point. Persistence has been known to use a brush player who will flank quite frequently. Along with Bear Paw, he uses a great variety of backlining anchor weapons, especially with the Splatlings. Very difficult to kill Bear Paw as well. But I'm excited to learn a little bit more about Addicted Penguins, because they are currently 3-0, and since we have switched to this double Swiss group system instead of having just one giant group, the top 8 teams in each group will advance to Top Cut for a combined top 16 cut. So this could be a preview of a rematch that we might see later in Top Cut if both these teams continue the trend that they're currently on. However, somebody's going to take their first L, and the winner of this game will be in first place in their group with only 2 more rounds left to go. So here we go. Splat Zones at Walleye. We see Persistence coming out with a tent umbrella to go along with the brush and a ballpoint for the Penguins. Also, that's a double armor comp for the side of Persistence as well, with the junior and the perma brush.
It looks like I would say a very solid comp here coming from Addicted Penguins. We got the Junior, we got T-Tech Ballpoint, and the K-Pro, so very Western style. Now about this map, which is kind of different from the other Walleye modes, is there is no block on the right side, so you cannot flank from the right side. The only flank is here on the left. Now it looks like here Addicted Penguins did get cornered here very well. The sniper did get a pick. Right now the sniper is just watching that right side. I believe they look like they hit something, not quite a pick here, but they're doing a very good job of pressuring that right side.
Yeah, you see the comp for Addicted Penguins is definitely much more traditional, especially in this tournament where we've seen pretty much anything has gone up to this point. So Addicted Penguins electing to go with the more traditional meta comp, as they have now gone 3 down. So Control Zone will go to Persistence for now, and they will be able to take the lead.
Alright, and it looks like there's a lot of picks going on back and forth here from both teams. I do see here that on the side of Persistence, even though they do have a little bit of a different comp, they do have that double armor. They do have the double bomb from the Junior, I believe, and also a bomb here from the Perma Brush. So definitely a lot of good spacing that they can do here with these bombs, and it looks like that is giving them enough control here. Now they are trying to fight off some specials here on the right side. And it looks like that Booyah does go through too, and they do take the zone. Now, Addicted Penguins, Looks like, oh, they do get some picks here. They take down the brush. But here comes the tent. I'm not sure. It looks like they may have a special ready, but they are holding it at the moment.
Yes, as we're having a slight technical difficulty, at least on my part. Can you hear me, actually? Just checking.
And yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay, cool. So the zone has gone back to control of the side of the Penguins. They had a little bit of difficulty getting back into zone there, but now they are in control and starting their lockout situation. As you see Marsh sharking around the side, but the zone will go back to control of Persistence temporarily to at least add penalty points to the Penguins.
All right, and looks like the tent is doing a great job. Here's a good teamwork here by the tent and also the Fire Fin. They were able to use that distraction to get their bomb rush out. Now it looks like the zone is going to go back here to the side of Addicted Penguins. But they are 2 down here on the side of Addicted Penguins, so it is possible that Persistence may be able to keep and maintain that zone.
And you do see Inky finding the beacon there with the Firefin scope. A minute 30 left to go in this game. Both teams struggling to get a grasp, a control of the game as the game is going back and forth, as the zone constantly flipping. But as time is ticking down, Persistence is in control of the lead. However, not many penalty points for the Penguins. And okay, we lost stream for a little bit there, but it's now back. So Addicted Penguins now in full control and should be able to get control of lead here. However, the hammer and Tenna coming out to stall the zone just in time, right before the zone and the lead went fully to the side of the Penguins.
All right, and looks like the K-Bro is holding that Booyah. They're deciding to use it here because they are getting cornered on the right side. And it's basically a battle between the K-Pro and the Tent. Now, Tent is not a fun weapon to be fighting against, but they do jump out, and the control is back here on the side of what looks like the...
This would be the Penguins.
Yeah, they
were able to get a triple there, and with not many penalty points ever, this time should be able to take control of the lead, and they do. A nice pick on the hammer there with the Inkjet. Nice play by Marsh. As only 15 seconds remain, control and lead on the side of Addicted Penguins, but Persistence coming out with the bomb rush here is able to take back control of zone, but with 2 players down, can Persistence keep the zone long enough for their teammates to respond? And the ink brush, the Tenebrella, I should say, goes down as well. So a nice back and forth by both teams. I think we kind of see why both these teams are currently undefeated. And an even match does go the way of the Penguins.
And it was definitely very close, and it looks like Inky here with the Fire Fin. They were super close. They were maintaining mid, and they did get a pick, but it's just that Booyah that came out the last time was able to neutralize zone, and which gave them the win. So a very, very close match. Definitely, this could be a very close set here. Now we will be moving on to the next stage, which will be Manta Maria TC.
Yes, Manta Maria tower control. So I guess the question becomes, what type of brush is Persistence going to bring out here? They have been known to use the Octobrush Nouveau as well as the Permabrush, as we just saw. So it'll be interesting to see what they kind of do. But with the Penguins, it looks like they're going with the more traditional, somewhat meta comp. So we'll see how that works out for them as well.
All right, and I really do like these maps here for this round. So Manta Maria TC, it can also be a little bit of a backline heavy map. I have a feeling we may see a Ray or 2 on each team. Ray, it tends to be a very solid choice here in terms of specials. And really the hardest part is not necessarily the first checkpoint, but the second checkpoint is one of the harder ones to get through. You definitely need a lot of good teamwork to get past that area. And I would say it can be difficult to push as soon as one team has a very good lead. It can be a little bit difficult to push. And you have to rely on a couple flanks as well. So I would say this is a very good map to see both of these teams fight it out.
Yes, and it was interesting. I liked the pick of the Tintabrella on the side of Persistence last time, and now they're switching to the Undercover Brella. So the armor coming out, and we do see the brush using the Octobrush Nouveau as opposed to the Perma. On the side of pink ones, a Nautilus to go along with the Vanilla Hero Splatling. Not the as you just kind of look at the comps here, the Penguins don't have the best painting comp. However, with tower control, you don't really need to have too much paint. You just got to be able to keep the area around the tower in your color, which is what the Penguins are doing here as they get past the first checkpoint.
Alright, but I don't know about that. I would say definitely map control is something very important, but you definitely want to make sure you cover a lot of your flanks, because all it takes is just one person to come behind tower, and your push can be delayed. And it looks like that is what the Octobrush is doing right here. They are sneaking up here on the side. Now, it looks like they're waiting to clean up here the street. A member here from Addicted Penguins does jump out. They still have a little bit of control here in mid, so it's really up to them to maintain that control.
Yeah, so a nice opening push by the Penguins there, able to get past the first checkpoint, do a little bit of damage into the second checkpoint. And this is actually Bear Paw, their traditional backliner that's using the Undercover Brella here. Very interesting, which means they have a different user using the Charger, which is Inky. So a little bit of a role reversal for this team, at least from what I'm familiar with. So that's very interesting to see. On the side of Persistence, as they have 3 players go down and the Stingray jumping out. So the Penguins will have the opportunity to get another push going here and try to get past that second checkpoint.
Alright, and looks like Marsh is doing a good job here. They did get a couple picks in mid. They were able to push a lot of the members of Persistence back. Now they are holding that special. Looks like they're going to hold it here for that push. And they're getting ready to go here on that flank, possibly to see if they can take out the Brella. And it's very close, and they do take out here the Kunder.
Oh, nice double.
Now it's just that sniper, and unfortunately for this map, there is a block here that does allow you to go up here to the left, so the backlines do have to be very careful, making sure they don't get flanked. Inky definitely getting that good snipe here, able to fight off a flank.
So it's able to get a nice pick there up at the catwalk. So Persistence now, I'm about to say they were in an opportunity to get a push, but they do get a trade on the Nautilus there. So Persistence now going to take an opportunity to get past this first checkpoint and even up the game a little bit, as you see Stormy pressuring the street. Very nice play to pick to use the Brella for TC to help protect themselves as they ride tower here, as Persistence looking to stay on the tower just a little bit longer to get past the lead. They don't do that. However, getting past that first checkpoint is going to make things a lot easier down the road as they try to get lead in a different push.
Alright, and Addicted Penguins here, they have the armor and the booyah ready. Looks like they are still going to hold it. They're not being too greedy here with their specials. They're being a little bit patient, making sure that they can save it here for the push. But Inky here doing a very good job spacing out and pressuring the enemy team. Now there is that Nautilus with the baller just coming from behind. They do take down Inky. Now it's just left for they are getting cornered here on the side, but Marsh just doing a really good job of maneuvering. Looks like that right also helped them, but the booyah just came in time to stop that pick.
Yeah, Marsh doing a very good job of keeping the push from forming here. However, Persistence able to get 3 players down. They don't have to get past this checkpoint to get lead. They basically just have to get to it. You see Stormy trying to get on control of the plat there. 2 players going down for the side of Persistence and 2v4 situation. However, the Brush trying to make a play combined with the Stingray is going to go down. So once again, this attempt to get lead, which is just so close for Persistence, has once again been denied with about 30 seconds left to go here in the match. See now, Persistence trying to get a pick or two. They've already lost their Brush player. Just need a few picks so that they can get an opportunity. With the Booyah Bomb coming out, how long can the Kinsa undercover stay on the tower? Not long enough before going down. And 2 players go down. Persistence does have a Stingray they can use to help protect another push, but they need the players to get back into the middle of the map, and they do not do that as the Stingray is the last player alive. This game's going to go to the Penguins, and they will take the set. However, we still have one more game to play in this best of 3. Persistence so close to getting the lead there. So close. And with the Brella on the tower, just didn't have enough firepower to win the 1v1 and couldn't survive long enough. As you see the KA heavily in the favor of the Penguins, even though the game was very close.
And I think I did bring up that that second checkpoint seems to be the hardest. That's where you really need a lot of teamwork to get through that. And I think a lot of the times the Kunder, they were on tower, they were able to take it. It pushed too much for them. So definitely still a good match. There's a lot of picks. I would say double Splatling seems to be really, really good on this map. Definitely with Addicted Penguins doing a good job with the Heavy and the Nautilus combo. But now we will be moving on to Sturgeon Shipyard, Rainmaker. Alright, so I know, Popman, you're not a fan of Rainmaker, but what do you think about this map specifically?
I'm not a fan of Rainmaker, and I'm not a fan of Shipyard Rainmaker. The key to this map is, can you make that jump on the left side of the map to push through over by the snipe area? I believe Spools is the official call out of that area. But it's very difficult to get one push going in this map at all. So really, I think this will come down to which team can get that first big lead and use their Stingrays to just hold on for the end of the game. This is one of the maps where you can get wiped and still be somewhat okay, because it does take a long time, no matter which route you take, to get to the pedestal, and you have to be very good with your jumps. Sometimes I don't make that jump.
I mean, it is a very large map, so you know, just because you do get wiped doesn't mean it's over. And I would say map control is very important. Like you said, it's kind of difficult making certain jumps, and if there's just like one little speck of ink, that can ruin your momentum, and it can make it so you don't make that jump.
So here we go. Game 3 between these two, the top 2 teams in Group A, I believe we are in, the Swiss team. Persistence coming out with an in-zap and a double backliner comp coming out for the side of the Penguins with a vanilla splat charger and that's a vanilla ballpoint. Okay, so they go with Inkjet and Toxic Mist to help slow down the Rainmaker. I like that pick, honestly. Especially on a map like this where you can get up top on the snipe areas and you can just kind of control mid from there, as you see both chargers are attempting to do right now.
It looks like Addicted Penguins opted to go here for all of them to push here on the right side. Now, I didn't give both teams any clear advantage right now, but 2 people do go down here on the side of Persistence.
And he makes the jump there. So here we go with here's the one push they needed, and even though it does get denied, they do get 29 points. That is a lot of points on this map. However, with 4 minutes left to go, obviously it's still anybody's game at this point, but if you're the Penguins, you got to be pretty satisfied with that score.
I mean, because this is such a large map, it is kind of difficult to KO here in Rainmaker. I would say this is one more of the fair Rainmaker maps. There is a lot of options for you to push in, a lot of different Rainmaker routes. So I would say 29. It's a pretty comfortable score. Now again, it's not over until they knock it out. So here on the side of a Persistence, they do have plenty of time. Now Joker here with the Ray ready. Looks like they hold it, and actually a member of Persistence also has a Ray at the ready. Currently, most of the map control is here with the Addicted Penguins. Here the ballpoint trying to get that pick here on the sniper, or at least keep holding them back.
Yeah, even though ballpoint, what frustrates people so much about ballpoint during the last, before the most recent patch, is that you could pretty much play it however you wanted. You saw the ballpoint being very aggressive with it, especially with the vanilla one that has a kit like it does with Toxic Mist and Inkjet. So that's why they're able to run that ballpoint with the Charger, because they know they can be a little bit more aggressive than what you would traditionally see a backliner weapon to be. As we approach the halfway point now, the lead still heavily in the favor of the Penguins, 29 to 76, as Persistence looks to get a push going here. It looks like they're trying to take that same route we were talking about, and they are able to make the jump there. So if they can find a way, even though the Rainmaker gets stopped there, if they can find a way to get a couple of picks and keep players up there, they could keep this push going and try to make it an extended push that lasts for several seconds. And they do have the players alive to do so. However, with the spectator cam where it is, it's hard to see what kind of action is going on by the actual Rainmaker, which looks like it's about to reset, and ultimately does. So with 2 minutes left to go, the Rainmaker once again returns to the middle of the map.
Alright, and for this map, it can be pretty difficult to get a really good push going. Now, looks like what they'll need to take advantage of is maybe catching the team out of position. And that tends to happen a lot, especially where you're on the left. A lot of people tend to drop. Right now, they are fighting here on the right side, which typically is the longer Rainmaker path, but still an option if they're able to catch Addicted Penguins off guard.
Yeah, and 2 players go down here for Persistence, as well as another one. As we approach about 1 minute remaining to go in this match, once again, that one push that the Penguins had could be enough to prove to be a victory for them. And they got it can be annoying with Rainmaker that they got that one push off in like the first 30 seconds. However, they're doing a good job of playing defense. They're getting the picks they need. They're not dying. As you look at the KAs for Persistence, nobody's above 5 at this current point. So the Penguins doing a good job of controlling everything for these 4 minutes. They're playing great defense.
And I would say with Addicted Penguins right now, I've seen more that even just the very beginning of the match, they've been pairing up a lot. And sometimes a 2v1 advantages really help in your favor, especially here with the Junior and the K-Shot sticking together a lot. Now, Persistence does have the Rainmaker. They have 16 seconds left to get some sort of lead. Now, the K-Pro and the Brush do go down. All that's left here is for Addicted Penguins to use the GG Ray.
And you did see a counter Ray trying to come out for the side of Persistence, and a little bit of a Stingray fight there in 2020. But the Stingray was able to get the one pick they needed. So game 3 will go to the Penguins. They will win the set 3-0. However, Persistence will drop to 3-1, but are still obviously in good control if they take care of their business these next 2 sets to make top cut, and will and have the potential to see each other again. So with that, we are going to take another short break, and we will be back with round 5. You are watching the Low Ink Tournament.